What if I told you you can make as much as $30,000 per month by starting a simple business that you can do from the comfort of your home, all through AI technology? Well, in today's video, I have the 3 best AI businesses that you can start from home right now. I'm going to show you exactly what these businesses are and how you can start doing them today. So, make sure you guys like and subscribe if you're enjoying this video. Now, this first business you may not even think possible to make money from, and this is selling children's storybooks. Now, there are hundreds of sellers on both Etsy and Amazon making really good money from this. So how do you do this? Well, first you need to find the idea for a storybook. We will use ChatGPT, a free AI tool, and ask it for some storybook prompts. I'd like the prompt Sparky the Super Pup, as it seemed like a pretty good children's storybook. I then asked for more detail in an outline for a storybook, including chapters and a description of what would happen in each chapter. And after a few minutes of tweaking and editing the prompts, we have a functioning plot for our storybook. But this is a storybook for children, and they really only look at the pictures anyway, so we will need to generate images for this book. Now, I'm going to be using Midjourney AI to accomplish this, which is one of the best AI art tools out there. However, it does cost $8 a month in order to sell the Midjourney art commercially. So if you want to stick to only free AI software, you can either use Stable Diffusion or Leonardo AI, but for the sake of this video, I'll be using Midjourney. Once you've joined Midjourney and bought the basic subscription, it is time to generate the images. First, we'll start off with /imagine, followed by the prompt you wish to include. In this case, it will be Sparky the Super Pup, love to explore the great outdoors, German Shepherd, children's storybook. This will give you 4 images to choose from, and you have 9 option keys at the bottom of each image. The one that has a refresh symbol will completely generate 4 new images based off your prompt. The U1 through U4 options will upscale the selected image, enlarging it, allowing you to save it to your computer. And finally, we have the V1 through V4. This will let you create 4 new versions similar to the image that you chose. I like the second one, so I upscaled it and saved it to my computer. I then did this for every single chapter and prompt until I had an image for each paragraph of text. Now, if you wish to keep the style the same throughout this entire storybook, which I do recommend, you will need to enter in a special command that will keep the style the same from image to image. What you want to do is copy the image link of the image that you liked, and then paste that image link before entering a prompt each time you do /imagine. This will generate the new image in the same style as the original image. Once you're done, then go to Canva and hit Make a Design. Drag and drop each image onto their own slide, if you will, and then copy and paste the text we previously got from ChatGPT and change up some of the fonts and other aspects so that way it actually looks clean. Do this for every single slide, and once you're done, download this, and then you can now go to Etsy or Amazon KDP to sell your storybook. Now, onto our next method. This method is one of the most popular and profitable AI businesses out there. This is selling AI-generated coloring books, and people are making thousands of dollars every single month from this method. And our first step is much the same to the storybooks. We will ask ChatGPT for the best coloring book topics to make. To check the searchability or quality of that item, I went to Etsy and used Everbee, a free extension, to see how searchable the topic was. The best topic we found was calming nature coloring books. So that is what we will do. But now we need to find 50 different images to make our coloring book out of. So I asked ChatGPT for 25 prompts of calming places on Earth with a variety of different climates and natures, and 25 images of calming animals in nature with some from the forest, some from the stream, etc. This way we have a large diversity of images for people to color and they wouldn't get bored. Then we again went to Midjourney and asked for the prompt. The prompt I found most useful was the Norwegian forwards, or whatever you're going to put in there, hand-drawn, coloring book page, clean line art, white background, continuous line, well-defined, AR, aspect ratio, 2:3. I found that this gives you a good-looking coloring book that has a clean and detailed art on it. Just one tip for the coloring books. Try to avoid having gray or shaded areas, as it makes the image quality a lot worse and makes it a worse experience for people who are trying to color. I generated all 50 images and I saved them to my computer. But we can't just upload the images as is because the quality is quite shit. When we zoom in, it gets super blurry. So we use BigJPEG, a free website, to enhance our images. There are a few other websites you can use, but for this, we will be using BigJPEG. Just upload your image and then hit the 4x enhance option. This way it'll make the image a better quality, but it'll be small enough that you can still put it in Canva. And this really works. Here's a comparison between a Midjourney image and a big JPEG image. You can clearly see the difference in quality, and the big JPEG image was enhanced much more than the Midjourney one. Do this to all your images, and once you have all of them done, we will head back to Canva to make our coloring book. Create a design with the 8x5x11 template, and for each image, upload it to its own slide. Then I put a short text underneath each image explaining to people what they were seeing, and I did this for all 50 images. But now we will need to add a blank page in between each slide. This will prevent bleed through and basically ensure that none of the pages are double-sided, which is a big complaint in the coloring book community. Once you've done all of that, it is time to make the cover. Go to Amazon KDP Cover Calculator and put in your dimensions, then create that size template and go and make the cover in Canva. Just remember that the right side of the cover is the front side and the left side is the back side. Create a fun title and get a good background image from Midjourney by simply putting one of your previous prompts with color in it. And then play around with some of the effects, text, and images until you like the way it looks, and then hit save. Now we will head to Amazon KDP and fill in all the information and make changes as you need to so the book will fit the size that is required. Now you should get an estimated printing cost, usually between $1 and $3. Then you can finish up the final steps of Amazon KDP, and now, ta-da! You've created a coloring book. For our third AI business, we will be creating and selling booklets online. This is a very profitable market, and there is not an insane amount of people doing it, and there is most definitely demand. I mean, every time you've ever gone to a wedding or visited an Airbnb, you have probably greeted with a booklet of some kind. This booklet gives you information, times, and other valuable knowledge about the place you are or the people you're with. For this, I used both ChatGPT and Everbee to find the best topic. The topic that stood out the most was the wedding booklets, as it had the highest keyword score by far. So now I decided to go and look at Etsy wedding booklets to see what other people in this category were doing. This would let me know what would work and what I should do differently in order to stand out from the crowd. And almost everyone who was selling wedding booklets on Etsy was selling editable booklets with a PDF download, and they were making thousands a month from a single listing. So now that we know this is actually a good topic, we'll work on finding the content and the information for your wedding booklet. I use ChatGPT for some basic outlines, and in addition to that, I also use the best-selling wedding booklets on Etsy to figure out what to include by people who've had the most sales. And by the end of this process, we had a 7-part wedding booklet planned with everything from the welcome page to the time and the dinner plans. Once we had a base example, I asked ChatGPT to give me an example using fake names and fake everything. And remember, we're letting the customer customize this, so it doesn't really matter what it says as long as it looks good as an example. Once we had the example, I went to Canva. Now you can choose to create your own wedding booklet from scratch, but personally, I don't want to do that. So I used the template feature to find a wedding booklet that I liked, and then I just changed around the layout and added our information from ChatGPT into the design. I decided to use the fonts of Amsterdam 2 and Playfair with a color scheme of green and white. This way we had a fancy and readable fonts, and the green and white theme would go really well with outdoor weddings. After editing everything up, we can now upload this to Etsy as a downloadable print option where people will buy the template and edit them themselves. But some people don't have the time, interest, or skill to edit it themselves. So in addition to selling on Etsy, you can create your own storefront and website and charge people a lot more for you to custom edit the template to their own personal wishes. This will allow for more customizability for the customer, and we will deal with printing and shipping by using Printify and Printful. So that was the 3 methods to making money with AI. If you wish to learn more, go watch these 2 videos, which will help you with the mentions I went over in today's video. Highly recommend. Also subscribe and like. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.